What's up, everybody? Listen up, because we're about to embark on a journey like never before. Forget the tourist traps, the overcrowded landmarks, the places everyone's already seen a million times. We're going deep off the beaten path to uncover the hidden gems of America. We're talking about places so incredible, so breathtaking, you'd swear they were straight out of a movie set. But here's the thing, most people don't even know they exist. They're tucked away, hidden in plain sight, just waiting to be discovered. Over the next few minutes, we're going to change that. We're going to shine a light on 10 of these underappreciated destinations, places that deserve way more love than they get. We'll explore their rugged landscapes, their pristine wilderness, their unique charm that sets them apart from the usual tourist traps. So buckle up, grab your adventure gear, and get ready to explore America's best-kept secrets. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. When you think of Nevada, what comes to mind? Probably flashing lights, casinos, the Las Vegas Strip. But let me tell you, there's a whole other side to this state, a side most tourists never see. We're talking about the Great Basin National Park, tucked away in eastern Nevada, far from the neon glow of Sin City. This place is a hidden gem in the truest sense of the word, a sprawling wilderness of stark beauty and unexpected wonders. Forget the slot machines and blackjack tables out here. The real jackpot is the night sky. With minimal light pollution, the stars shine brighter than you could ever imagine. It's like staring up at a blanket of diamonds, a cosmic light show that'll leave you speechless. But the wonders don't stop there. Great Basin is also home to Lehman Caves, a subterranean labyrinth of stalactites and stalagmites, a hidden world just waiting to be explored. Now, if you're an adrenaline junkie, a hiker, a lover of all things outdoors, then listen up. Great Basin has something special in store for you alpine lakes. Imagine crystal clear water reflecting the towering peaks above, surrounded by lush meadows and pristine forests. These hidden oases are like something out of a postcard, a perfect spot to escape the crowds and reconnect with nature. And speaking of nature, get this, Great Basin is home to some of the oldest living organisms on Earth, bristlecone pine trees. These ancient giants have stood for thousands of years, weathering harsh conditions, witnessing the rise and fall of civilizations. Just standing in their presence is humbling, a reminder of the power and resilience of the natural world. So, yeah, Nevada might be known for its casinos and nightlife, but Great Basin National Park offers a different kind of escape, a chance to experience the raw, untamed beauty of the American West. One of the things that makes Great Basin so special is its remoteness. You won't find hordes of tourists here, no traffic jams, no lines for the bathroom. Just you, the wilderness, and the sound of the wind whispering through the trees. It's the perfect place to disconnect from the noise of everyday life, to clear your head, to find some peace and quiet. And at night, the real show begins. With virtually no light pollution, the stars come out in full force. We're talking about a sky so clear, so full of stars, it'll blow your mind. You can see the Milky Way stretching across the horizon, shooting stars blazing across the darkness. Constellations you never even knew existed. It's an experience that'll stay with you long after you leave, a reminder of the vastness of the universe and our place within it. So pack your bags, grab your telescope, and get ready to experience the magic of Great Basin National Park. All right, let's switch gears and head over to the Pacific Northwest, to a state known for its stunning natural beauty, Washington. Now, you've probably heard of Mount Rainier, Olympic National Park, but have you heard of the North Cascades? This place is like the forgotten sibling, often overshadowed by its more famous counterparts. But trust me, it deserves just as much recognition, if not more. Imagine towering peaks, jagged and snow-capped, piercing the sky like the teeth of a saw. We're talking about some of the most rugged and dramatic landscapes in the lower 48, a paradise for hikers, climbers, and anyone who craves adventure. And the best part, it's relatively unknown, which means you can experience its beauty without battling crowds. So, ditch the tourist traps, forget the well-trodden paths, and get ready to explore the wild, untamed heart of the North Cascades. This is where true adventure awaits. Now, when I say the North Cascades are wild, I mean it. We're talking over 300 glaciers, more than any other national park in the contiguous United States. These icy giants carve through the landscape, leaving behind pristine lakes, cascading waterfalls, and valleys blanketed in emerald green forests. It's a sight that'll take your breath away, a reminder of the raw power and beauty of nature. And the best part? You can experience it all firsthand. Hike through ancient forests, camp beside glacial lakes, breathe in the fresh mountain air. The North Cascades offer a level of solitude and tranquility that's hard to find these days. It's a place where you can truly disconnect from the hustle and bustle of everyday life and reconnect with yourself and the natural world. Now, I know what you're thinking, this all sounds great, but is it really accessible? Well, here's the thing, the North Cascades are not for the faint of heart. Getting to some of the best spots requires a bit of effort, some serious hiking, maybe even some off-roading. But trust me, the reward is worth it. Imagine standing on a mountain summit, gazing out over a sea of jagged peaks, feeling the wind whipping through your hair. It's exhilarating, it's humbling, it's an experience you won't soon forget. And if hiking's not your thing, don't worry. There are plenty of other ways to experience the beauty of the North Cascades. Go kayaking on a glacial lake, try a hand at rock climbing, or simply find a quiet spot to soak in the scenery. All right, we're heading to the Midwest, a place you wouldn't normally think of for dramatic landscapes. Wisconsin, land of cheese, beer, and the Green Bay Packers, right? But hidden in plain sight is the Apostle Islands National Lakeshore, a place that'll make you rethink everything you thought you knew about the Midwest. See, most people, when they think of Wisconsin, they don't think of pristine beaches, towering sandstone cliffs, or sea caves you can kayak through. But that's exactly what the Apostle Islands are all about. It's like someone took a chunk of the Pacific Northwest and dropped it right into the middle of Lake Superior. And that's what makes this place so special. It's unexpected, off the beaten path. You're not going to find hordes of tourists here, just you, the sound of the waves crashing against the cliffs, and the call of the gulls overhead. It's the kind of place you go to disconnect, to get away from the noise, to find a little bit of peace and quiet. And trust me, in today's world, that's a pretty rare and precious thing. Now, the Apostle Islands are amazing any time of year. You've got hiking trails that wind through old-growth forests, lighthouses perched on rocky outcrops, and sunsets that'll blow your mind. But there's something truly magical about visiting in the winter. See? When Lake Superior freezes over, it transforms the islands into a completely different world. The sea caves, carved out by centuries of erosion, become these shimmering ice cathedrals. I'm talking massive ice formations, icicles hanging from the ceiling, frozen waterfalls. It's like stepping into another dimension. Now, getting to these ice caves isn't easy. You've got to be prepared for some serious winter conditions. Think thick ice, freezing temperatures, and maybe even a little bit of ice climbing. But trust me, the payoff is more than worth it. It's an experience that'll stay with you long after you leave. The kind of adventure that reminds you of the raw power and beauty of nature and how small we really are in the grand scheme of things. Now, whether you're braving the ice caves in winter or exploring the islands under the summer sun, there's one thing you absolutely have to do: get out on the water. Renting a kayak or hopping on a boat tour isn't just a suggestion here. It's practically a requirement. It's the best way to experience the true magic of the Apostle Islands. You can paddle through sea caves, explore hidden coves, and get up close and personal with the island's rugged beauty. And keep your eyes peeled for wildlife. You might spot bald eagles soaring overhead, otters playing in the kelp forests, or even a glimpse of a black bear lumbering along the shore. Look, the Apostle Islands are a hidden gem, a place that'll surprise you with its beauty, its solitude, and its sense of adventure. So, ditch the crowds, skip the tourist traps, and discover the magic of Wisconsin's secret archipelago. All right, let's talk Arizona. When you think of Arizona, you probably think of the Grand Canyon, right? Maybe Sedona with those red rocks. And while those places are undeniably epic, Arizona's got a whole lot more to offer if you're willing to venture off the beaten path. Deep in the southeastern corner of the state, hidden in plain sight, lies Chiricahua National Monument. This place is like nothing you've ever seen before. Forget towering canyons and red rock formations. Chiricahua is all about these crazy, otherworldly rock pinnacles that look like they belong on another planet. Seriously, you walk into this place, and it's like you've stepped onto the set of a sci-fi movie. It's a landscape that defies logic, that makes you question everything you thought you knew about geology. And the best part, you won't have to fight through hordes of tourists to experience it. Chiricahua is a place where you can truly escape the crowds, disconnect from the noise, and just be present in the moment. Now, Chiricahua isn't just about the rocks. It's what they call a sky island, which is basically an isolated mountain range surrounded by completely different ecosystems. Think about it. You've got this desert landscape stretching out as far as the eye can see, and then boom, out of nowhere, you've got this lush green oasis rising up thousands of feet into the sky. It's like a whole different world up there. Because of this unique geography, Chiricahua is home to an incredible diversity of plants and animals. You've got everything from cacti and agave plants to pine forests and mountain meadows. And the wildlife? Don't even get me started. We're talking black bears, mountain lions, coatimundus, you name it, they've probably got it. It's a nature lover's paradise, a place where you can truly immerse yourself in the wild beauty of the Southwest. So how do you experience the magic of Chiricahua? Well, there's only one way to do it: lace up those hiking boots and hit the trails. Chiricahua has over 17 miles of hiking trails that wind through these incredible rock formations, offering breathtaking views at every turn. You can choose from easy strolls to challenging climbs, so there's something for everyone. And as you're hiking, keep your eyes peeled for signs of the past. Chiricahua has a rich history from the Apache people who once called this land home to the pioneers who carved out a living in this harsh landscape. Look, Chiricahua National Monument is a place that will challenge your perceptions, ignite your imagination, and leave you in awe of the power of nature. So, ditch the crowds, skip the tourist traps, and discover the magic of Arizona's wonderland of rocks. Alright, we're heading to Colorado, a state known for its epic mountain landscapes, world-class skiing, and, let's be honest, a certain kind of laid-back vibe. But while everyone's busy hitting the slopes in Aspen or battling the crowds in Rocky Mountain National Park, there's a hidden gem tucked away in the southwestern part of the state that's just waiting to be discovered. I'm talking about Black Canyon of the Gunnison National Park, a place where the earth plunges dramatically into a narrow chasm carved by the relentless Gunnison River. This isn't your typical Colorado postcard scene. It's raw, it's rugged, and it's a little bit intimidating. See, the Black Canyon gets its name from the fact that parts of the canyon are so deep and narrow that they only receive about 33 minutes of sunlight a day. That creates this incredible contrast between the brightly lit rim and the shadowy depths. This feeling of mystery and intrigue that you don't get in a lot of other places. And that's what makes this place special. It's not trying to be anything it's not. It's not about cute mountain towns or perfectly framed Instagram shots. It's about raw, untamed beauty. The kind that makes you feel small and insignificant in the best possible way. Now, let's talk about those cliffs. The Black Canyon is home to some of the steepest cliffs, not just in Colorado, not just in the US, but in all of North America. We're talking walls of sheer granite that drop straight down for over 2,700 feet. That's taller than the Burj Khalifa. People, standing on the rim, looking down into that abyss, it's hard to wrap your head around the scale of it all. It's like the earth just opens up beneath your feet. And the Gunnison River, this raging torrent of water that carved this incredible landscape, looks like a tiny silver ribbon snaking its way through the bottom. Now, if you're an adrenaline junkie, you can actually climb down into the canyon. But be warned, this is not for the faint of heart. We're talking serious technical climbing here, the kind that requires ropes, harnesses, and a healthy dose of courage. But even if you're not planning on rappelling into the abyss, just standing on the rim, looking out over that vast expanse of emptiness is an experience you won't soon forget. Now, one of the things I love most about Black Canyon of the Gunnison is the solitude. Unlike some of Colorado's more popular parks, you're not going to find yourself fighting for parking spots or dodging selfie sticks here. This is a place where you can truly escape the crowds, disconnect from the noise, and just breathe. Whether you're hiking along the rim, gazing up at the stars from the bottom of the canyon, or just sitting quietly, listening to the wind whistle through the pines, Black Canyon offers a sense of peace and tranquility that's hard to find these days. And that's what makes this place so special. It's a reminder that sometimes the most rewarding experiences are the ones that take us away from the crowds, the ones that challenge us to step outside of our comfort zones and embrace the raw, untamed beauty of the natural world. Look, the Black Canyon of the Gunnison is not your typical national park experience. It's not for everyone. But if you're looking for a place that will challenge your perceptions, ignite your imagination, and leave you breathless with its raw beauty, this is it. So, ditch the crowds, skip the tourist traps, and discover the magic of Colorado's vertical wilderness. All right, picture this. You're hopping on a ferry, leaving the mainland behind. Not just any ferry, but the only way to reach Cumberland Island, Georgia. This place is wild, untouched, and trust me, it's way more exciting than your average beach trip. Forget crowded boardwalks and cheesy souvenir shops. Here, you're greeted by pristine coastline, stretching as far as the eye can see. It's just you, the sound of the waves crashing, and this feeling of total escape. See, Cumberland Island isn't your typical tourist trap. It's an island frozen in time where nature reigns supreme. No cars, no hotels, just pure, unadulterated adventure. And that's the beauty of it, right? It's a chance to disconnect from the noise, from the everyday grind. To reconnect with something raw, something raw, something raw. Now, as you wander deeper into the island, you'll stumble upon these incredible historic ruins. These aren't just crumbling walls. They're whispers of a bygone era. Imagine the stories these walls could tell, the secrets they hold. From grand mansions to humble settlements, each brick and beam has witnessed history unfold. You can almost hear the echoes of laughter, the whispers of love, the weight of history. It's enough to give you goosebumps, you know. It makes you realize that time keeps moving, but some places hold on to the past a little tighter. And that's what makes Cumberland Island so special. But the real stars of this island, the feral horses. Yeah, you heard that right. These majestic creatures roam free, completely wild and untamed. Seeing them galloping along the beach, their manes flowing in the wind, it's like something out of a dream. It's a reminder that nature finds a way, even in the most unexpected places. You can't help but feel a sense of awe, of respect for these animals. They're a symbol of freedom, of resilience, of the untamed spirit of this island. Cumberland Island, it's not just a place. It's an experience. It's a journey back in time, a chance to reconnect with nature, and a reminder that sometimes the most hidden gems are the ones worth seeking out. All right, let's talk North Dakota. Yeah, I know what you're thinking, flat plains, endless fields, maybe a tractor or two. But trust me on this one, because hidden in the heart of this state is a national treasure. Theodore Roosevelt National Park. Forget everything you thought you knew about North Dakota. This place is wild, rugged, and straight out of a Western movie. Think towering badlands carved by centuries of wind and rain, stretching as far as the eye can see. The landscape here is unlike anything you've ever seen. It's raw, it's powerful, and it'll make you feel like you've stepped back in time. This isn't just a park, it's a testament to the power of nature, to the forces that have shaped this land for millennia. Now, if the scenery doesn't take your breath away, the wildlife definitely will. We're talking bison herds, hundreds strong, roaming free across the prairie. Imagine seeing these magnificent creatures up close, their hooves thundering across the plains. It's a sight that'll stay with you long after you leave. And it's not just bison. Prairie dogs pop up from their burrows, wild horses gallop across the horizon, and eagles soar overhead. It's a wildlife enthusiast's dream. This is a place where you can witness nature in its purest form, where animals rule the land, and where you're just a visitor passing through their world. But there's more to this park than just stunning scenery and incredible wildlife. It's also a place steeped in history, a place forever linked to the legacy of Theodore Roosevelt. Before he was president, Roosevelt roamed these badlands, hunted here, and found solace in the rugged beauty of this land. It was here that his passion for conservation, for protecting our wild spaces, truly took root. You can feel his presence here, in the wind that whispers through the canyons, in the resilience of the wildlife, in the very spirit of the park. Theodore Roosevelt National Park is a reminder that some places stay with us, shape us, and inspire us to fight for what we believe in. All right, we're heading back to the Pacific Northwest, but this time, we're ditching the mainland and hopping on a ferry to the San Juan Islands. Trust me, this is island life like you've never seen it before. Forget crowded beaches and tourist traps. These islands are all about peace, quiet, and breathtaking natural beauty. Think rugged coastlines, lush forests, and waters teeming with life. Now, getting here takes a little effort. You gotta hop on a ferry, maybe even a small plane, but that's part of the adventure, right? It's about the journey, not just the destination. And trust me, the journey is half the fun. You're cruising through the Salish Sea, surrounded by stunning views, the salty air whipping through your hair. It's enough to make you forget about your worries and just soak it all in. Now, once you're on the islands, it's time to get out on the water. Grab a kayak, a paddleboard, whatever floats your boat, literally, and explore the hidden coves and inlets. The water here is crystal clear, and you might even spot some harbour seals basking in the sun or a pod of orcas swimming by. Yeah, I said orcas. It's like paddling through a postcard, except it's real life, and you're living it. The air is fresh, the scenery is breathtaking, and you're surrounded by nothing but nature's symphony. And if you're lucky, you might even spot a bald eagle soaring overhead or a family of otters frolicking in the kelp forests. But the San Juan Islands aren't just about adventure. They're also about slowing down, disconnecting from the hustle and bustle, and embracing island time. Find a quiet spot on the beach, watch the sunset over the Olympic Mountains, and just breathe. Let the peace and quiet wash over you, and feel the stress melt away. This is a place where you can reconnect with yourself, with nature, and with what truly matters. So, if you're looking for a hidden gem, a place to escape the ordinary and embrace the extraordinary, the San Juan Islands are calling your name. All right, so we're diving into America's heartland, a place many fly over, drive through, but rarely stop and really see. This is Tallgrass Prairie National Preserve in Kansas. Yeah, Kansas. You might be thinking, Kansas, what's there besides, like Dorothy and tornadoes? Trust me, this place will blow you away, but not in a twisted kind of way. We're talking about endless skies, rolling hills of golden grass that stretch further than the eye can see, and a silence so profound it'll resonate in your bones. This is the real deal, the kind of landscape that shaped America, that fed its spirit, and we're going to uncover its secrets. This ain't your flashy national park with towering peaks or roaring waterfalls. This is subtle, this is powerful, this is the American Serengeti, where bison once roamed by the millions, their hooves drumming the earth like a heartbeat. And that's what we're here to experience, that raw, untamed energy that's often forgotten in our concrete jungles. So strap in, because we're going deep into the heart of America, the tallgrass prairie. You know, there's something about standing in a place where the horizon stretches forever, where the wind whispers stories through the grass. It makes you feel small, insignificant, but also strangely connected to something much bigger than yourself. That's the power of the prairie. It's a landscape that humbles you, that reminds you of the forces that shaped this continent, of the people who lived in harmony with nature for centuries before us. And speaking of those people, Native Americans who called this land home for generations, their presence is still felt here. You can sense it in the wind, hear it in the rustling grass, see it in the ancient trails that crisscross the prairie. It's a reminder that we're just visitors here, passing through a story that began long before us and will continue long after we're gone. It's a legacy we need to honor, to protect, to ensure that future generations can experience the raw beauty of the Tallgrass Prairie. So we've seen the vastness, we've felt the history. But here's the thing about the Tallgrass Prairie, it's disappearing. Rapidly. Plowed under for farmland, fragmented by development, this iconic landscape is facing its biggest challenge yet, survival. And that's why places like Tallgrass Prairie National Preserve are so critical. They're not just preserving a piece of land, they're preserving a way of life, a connection to our past, and a vital ecosystem. Because this ain't just about grass, man. It's about the intricate web of life that thrives here. The wildflowers painting the prairie in vibrant hues, the soaring hawks searching for prey, the coyotes howling at the moon. It's a reminder that we're not just visitors here, we're caretakers. We have a responsibility to protect these wild spaces, not just for ourselves, but for all the creatures who call this place home. Because once it's gone, it's gone. All right, pack your bags. We're heading north, way north, to a place few have ever heard of, let alone visited, Royale National Park. This ain't your typical tourist trap, folks. This is remote, rugged, and unforgiving, an island wilderness lost in the depths of Lake Superior. Forget your fancy hotels and paved trails. This is pure, unadulterated nature. We're talking dense forests, rocky shorelines pounded by waves, and a silence so deep you can hear your own heartbeat. Getting here is an adventure in itself. Ferry rides across choppy waters, seaplanes landing on pristine lakes. It's like stepping back in time to a place untouched by the chaos of the modern world. So if you're looking for an escape, a chance to disconnect, to reconnect with the wildness within, then Royale is calling your name. Just be prepared, because this island has a way of testing your limits and revealing your true self. One of the things that makes Royale so unique is its isolation. See, this island is a living laboratory, a place where nature reigns supreme, where the balance of life and death plays out in dramatic fashion. And at the heart of this drama is a predator-prey relationship that's captivated scientists for decades, wolves and moose. These apex creatures, locked in an ancient dance of survival, their fates intertwined on this remote island. Imagine hiking through dense forests, the silence broken only by the crunch of leaves beneath your feet, when suddenly you hear it. The distant howl of a wolf echoing through the trees, sending shivers down your spine. Or picture yourself paddling along the rocky shoreline, the sun glinting off the water, when you spot a massive bull moose, its antlers like a crown against the green backdrop. These are the encounters that stay with you, that remind you of the raw power and beauty of the natural world. So we've talked about the isolation, the wildlife, but there's another side to Royale, a sense of peace, of solitude that's hard to find in our hyper-connected world. This is a place where you can truly disconnect, where the constant noise of civilization fades away, replaced by the gentle lapping of waves against the shore, the whisper of wind through the trees. It's a chance to clear your head, to reconnect with yourself, to listen to the rhythm of your own heartbeat. You can spend your days hiking through ancient forests, exploring hidden coves, or simply sitting by the lake, watching the sun paint the sky in vibrant hues. Royale is a reminder that sometimes the greatest adventures are found not in conquering mountains or crossing oceans, but in simply being present, in embracing the silence, in listening to the whispers of the wild. And that's a wrap on our whirlwind tour of America's hidden gems. From the rugged peaks of the North Cascades to the windswept prairies of Kansas, we've uncovered some truly epic landscapes, places that'll stay with you long after you've left. But here's the thing, this is just the beginning. There are countless other hidden gems out there waiting to be explored, adventures waiting to unfold. So get out there, get lost, and discover the beauty that lies beyond the beaten path. Remember, sometimes the most rewarding journeys are the ones less traveled. So pack your bags, grab your camera, and go chase those sunsets, because the world is waiting. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your fellow adventurers. Until next time, peace out.